Does your toilet not refill, not shut off, or sounds like a missile cruising right towards you like this one? We're going to fix that. Step 1, shut off the water to the toilet. Step 2, remove all the water from the toilet tank. After it flushes, continue to hold down the handle for a few seconds to let all the water down. Next, get a towel or a sponge and remove the excess water in the bottom couple inches. Next, unscrew your supply line. You may need some channel locks or pliers for this. This is where it saves you getting all the water out. Next, take off this little plastic nut so you can remove the toilet valve. And it just slides on out of there. Now it's time to remove this little plastic hose. That's your toilet bowl fill hose. Now is the best time to make adjustments on your toilet valve. To adjust it is simple. Simply hold on to the top and screw it in to make it shorter, or screw it out to make it longer. There's two things to consider here. The first is be careful how high you adjust it. You don't want this blue part being hit by the toilet tank lid when you put it on. The second thing is you want the bottom of this little float to be 1 inch below this tube. Just eyeball where the lid's going to go to make sure it's not too high, and don't worry too much, you can make micro adjustments later. These little nuts have a little flange on the edge, so just make sure that butts up tight to the toilet tank. Because there's a rubber seal on the other side of this, you only need to do it hand tight. Plus it's all plastic, so you never want to over tighten it. Before you put your supply line on, just make sure that little rubber gasket isn't all damaged. Again, because there's a rubber seal in your supply line, you don't need to get it over tight. Hand tight is perfectly fine if you could get a good grip on it, and if not, use some pliers and do a quarter turn. Next, we need to adjust the length of this hose. This hose is where the water goes to fill the tank bowl that you see in the toilet. It's got a little barb in there, so it may be kind of hard to get out, but just give it a good yank. It's okay to cut it a little long, it won't hurt anything. You definitely just don't want to cut it too short. After this, you're ready to turn the water back on. You can see here that the water level is still too high. So this is when you just screw down this micro adjustment and it'll push the float down so that it'll shut off faster. You'll see here that I'll need to flush it again and adjust it just a little bit lower. You want the water level to be about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch below the top of this pipe. If you've enjoyed this video, I bet you'll like my 2-minute tutorial playlist, which is on the left, where you'll learn how to do something in about 2 minutes.